Viacom are the most throbbing serpentine cockheads in contemporary media, then GameTrailers.com are their shaft and balls. Given their plummeting site traffic and rapidly mounting irrelevance, it almost feels like kicking a sick puppy to pick on poor GameFailers, but to fail to point out the dubious activities of this conglomeration of cunt flappery would smack of intellectual dishonesty, particularly when this reprobate behavior accounts for the steady disappearance of a sizable percentage of their vanishing user base. While the runaway ad block bullet train has certainly claimed more than a few undeserving victims, the flagging fortunes of GameFailers.com is a textbook case of karmic retribution. I'll admit it, I not only used to avail myself of GameFailers services, I did so daily. Their design in 2007, to me, was a thing of beauty. It was feature-rich but streamlined. It was filled to the brim with original content and exclusive developer interviews long before YouTube had jumped on that bullet train. But that was all surface level as far as I'm concerned. When you indulge further in the penile puns, it was only after penetrating the surface that you realized the site was rotting from the inside. I mean, you know those pre-roll ads on YouTube? Fucking annoying, aren't they? To me, that's 90% of the reason anyone ever installs ad block, and to a large extent, you can thank GameFailers.com for the privilege. The MTV Network's proprietary video player, GameFailers very much included, were one of the very first online cadres to force its viewership to languish in pre-roll commissary torment for having the audacity to view one of their videos. A price some might be willing to pay were the quality of the video content that succeeded it remotely up to par, but sadly any credibility GameFailers might have salvaged from the gaping jaws of their own hubris is immediately squandered by their baffling inability to remain stationary in the face of a hurricane of advertising hype. Case in point, history remembers Resident Evil 5 as a truly abysmal game unworthy of the franchise's title, but you couldn't tell that to GameTrailers.com in 2009, who were so swallowed whole by the advertising rancor that they not only gave the game itself a glowing review, proclaiming it a modern masterpiece, they preceded said review with a 6-part Resident Evil series retrospective just to carry the hype wave further still. The gaming press at large lost some major brownie points with the release of Dragon Age 2, but GameFailers took the avarice further still by not only proclaiming that Dragon Age 2 was nearly a perfect 10, but that it had surpassed its predecessor in every conceivable regard, a fact that other GameTrailers journalists even quarreled with the review's writer over during a 2011 episode of, I believe it was Invisible Walls.
All right, first we're going to talk about Dragon Age 2 so we can get Miguel's ass out of here. So, what's up with that game, dude? You gave it a big score. 9.2.
Why?
What?
Why?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Oh my god, man! Look, I gotta.
Did you know opinions?
I gotta take
wrong?
issue with that.
Not until today.
9.2.
Your taste is wrong. Go ahead. Yeah,
Yeah.
you see,
Your opinion.
Well, and then, of course, there's the infamous Mountain Doomsday scenario involving Jeff Keighley, Halo 4 Doritos, and a Siberian super tanker of KY lubricant. Okay, the simple fact is the man has less credibility than Melvin Dumas. I'm sure everybody remembers the Angry Joe incident from the 2010 VGA Awards, in which neither Joe nor Keighley had enough on-the-spot video game knowledge to recall that Final Fantasy XIV had been released all of 2 months previously.
What MMOs should have been nominated for Game of the Year this year?
There are so many MMOs, like Dungeon Fighter Online, there's one example. You could also, what other games? Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy MMO?
Yeah.
This year.
Not this year. Not this year.
Exactly. Didn't come out this year.
Look, I don't have any problems with Angry Joe. I've said this numerous times. I've made a few harmless jokes at the dude's expense, but it's all in good fun, no harm meant. But he's only a YouTube guy. His ignorance is marginally understandable. Keighley is effectively running what was at the time one of the largest video game review sites in existence, and he didn't know when the latest installment in the Final Fantasy series had been released. Are you shitting me? And what few members of their dwindling audience weren't put off by their ass-backward review scores, subpar research, and eagerness to leap headlong on every hype train that rolled into the money station were forced to endure site redesign. After agonizing site redesign, GameTrailers.com is the poster child for inability to leave anything the fuck alone syndrome, like an aging starlet on a cosmetic surgery binge in a seemingly endless feedback loop of vanishing functionality and degrading utility. From 1 month to the next, GameFailers is utterly indistinguishable from itself, and not once for the better, with YouTube partner sites offering the very same footage, interviews, and video review content with half the headaches and aggravation. The lumbering brachiosaur that is modern Game Trailers seems oblivious to this Texas-sized meteorite barreling toward the swamp. The way it's bleeding revenue, interest, and viewership, it may not even survive to see the impact. And I repeat for posterity, karmic retribution. I'm Razorfist. God fucking speed.